Please subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another updates from my YouTube channel. About Spring Interceptors. Okay, first of all, I would like to discuss what is Spring Interceptors. Spring Interceptor is nothing but, so if you want to intercept the client request, we can use this Spring Interceptors. Okay, so sometimes if you want to intercept the HTTP request and do some processing before we are going to be handing it over to this controller handler methods, then we can use this Spring Interceptors. Okay, let's say that I have a controller here. Okay, so the product controller here. So before I'm going to hand it over to this actual HTTP request to this product controller, so if I want to perform something, some operations, then I'm going to use the interceptor. Okay, so this is the diagram, guys. So if you observe here, so this is the Tomcat container. Okay, so when you hit the request, that request flow will look like this. So first of all, it will comes through the filter, and after that it will reaches to the servlet, and after that it will reaches to the interceptor, and after that controller. Okay, so here if you observe here, we have a controller here. Okay, so before it's going to be reaching over to this controller, so if you want to intercept the request, so by using this interceptor we can intercept that request and we can do some operations here. Okay, and so this is my application. I have one entity class. Okay, so in this entity class I have some fields: ID, name, price, and quantity here. So this is the entity class, and after that I have a repository. So it's extended like JPA repository here, and after that I have a controller, product controller, which is going to save the data in the database, that is MySQL database, and after that I'm going to get it by using the ID. Okay, so it's pretty simple. And after that I have one sample order controller, so which is going to be written like some string here, so orders and orders, total orders here. Okay, I'm going to write one interceptor here, guys. So let's create one interceptor. So inside this interceptor package I'm going to write one interceptor here. Okay, so I'm going to write first of all general interceptor. Why I am saying this is general interceptor is, I will tell you the reason. Okay, so we have to implement the handler interceptor, guys. Okay, so this is going to be treated as a Spring component. Let's add it with the Spring component here, and after that, so we have to be implement the couple of methods. Okay, so we have pre-handle, post-handle, and after completion. Okay, I will explain these three methods here. Let's maximize this. So before you are going to be intercept your actual request. Okay, so you will use this interceptors, and inside this pre-handle method, so if you want to perform some operations before you are hitting to this actual request. Okay, so then we will let such kind of logic inside this pre-handle method. And so if you want to perform some operations before handing it over to this response to that client, okay, then we will use the post handle method. So after request and the response, if you want to perform some operations, okay, then we will use this after completion method. Okay, so here I need a logger. And here I am going to print something. Okay, okay, and after that, so to hand over our request to this client, we need we need to return some flag here, that is return true, otherwise it won't return, guys. Okay, and this is my log, and let's copy this and let's paste here. Okay, so let's change to pre-handle to post handle here, and after that we have after completion as well. So the after completion we have one more parameter, that is the exception parameter here. Okay, so let's change this. So if you want to do some exception handling after request and response is completed, then we can do some exception handling here. Okay. so then it will going to print the error message here. Okay, so we have created this general interceptor here, and we need to register this general interceptor in the interceptor configuration. Okay, we need a configuration file, so let's create configuration package. Inside this configuration package I'm going to create interceptor config class. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to implement web MVC configurer. Okay, and so this is the configuration class, right? So let's annotate with configuration, and we have couple of methods inside this interface. So we need this add interceptors method here, so let's add this, and private, so we need a general interceptor, right? So let's take general interceptor here, and here inside this add interceptor method, so we have a registry, right? So inside registry we have a method add interceptor. So inside that I'm going to write general interceptor. Okay, so that's it. So this is one way of writing like configuration, guys. Either you can use configuration or like, okay, so here I have implemented the interface, right? So we have another approach, that is extends as well. So we are going to use web MVC configurer support as well. Okay, so this one. So if we are using this class, then we need a component here. Okay, so this component, so either ways are fine, but I'm going to use a configuration. Okay, so that's how we have to create. So let's start our application. So it's going to take like a couple of minutes. Okay, application is started. So let's open my Postman here. So here, so let's take products endpoint here. Okay, so inside the body, so this is my body. Okay, so before I'm going to hitting the request, let's clear this console and let's send this request. Okay, so it's successfully created, and come back. So if you observe here, so we have a pre-handle method. Okay, it's pre-handle and post-handle and the after completion method. Okay, so it's working fine. And now, so what I'm going to do is get it that method. Okay, so let's clear this console and get it the product information by using the get mapping here. So here also like these three methods are executed, this general interceptors methods are executed here. Okay, and let's clear this console one more time and come back. So we don't have this ID information inside the database, right? So if you hit this request, so this time I'm expecting the exception, so that should print in our interceptors. We have written one interceptor, right? That general interceptor. So inside this we have a after completion method. So this should be executed because this ID is not available in the database. Okay, so we got this error, and come back and let's check it out. So we got the error here, and no value is present. Okay, so exception inside after completion, no value is present, right? So this general interceptor, this after completion method is executed. So if you want to do some exception handling here, so you can handle the exception here. Okay, and so we have another controller, right? So order controller as well. Okay, so let's clear this and come back here and let's check it out. Orders. Okay, let's execute this. So we got the output, your order placed successfully here, and come back here. So we are able to see this general interceptor only, right? So just this is general interceptor is gets executed. Okay, either in the case of orders and the products. Okay, and if you want to do like any specific interceptor, okay, so let's say that, so we want to add like one more interceptor. So order interceptor here. Okay, So this is again going to be implements handler interceptor, and let's add the component here. Okay, so inside that, so again I'm going to take the same approach so that I have executed. Okay, come here and let's add so this same code here, and let's change this logger. Okay, and if you have like more than one interceptor, the same thing that we have added in the configuration, so we have to be add again. So again, like you can add registry dot add interceptor, so here order interceptor. Okay, so this time like if you hit like any endpoint, so it's going to execute these two interceptors. Okay, so but like if you want to execute like the order, so you can add order here. Okay, so basically if you won't add any order, so the first come will execute the first serve. Okay, and let me show the output. Okay, it started. So now let's clear the console and come here. Let's execute this order endpoint. Okay, so two interceptors. So let's see this. So first of all, it's executed the general interceptor, and after that it's executed order interceptor. Okay, so if you want to do this order change, so you can change this order. So first of all, like if you want to execute this order interceptor, okay, let's add the order. Okay, so the least number is going to be highest priority. Okay, so the highest number will goes to the least priority. That is the difference, guys. So now let's restart this application. Application is started, guys. So let's hit the endpoint. Okay, so come back to this console and check it out. So this time, so the order interceptor is executed first, and after that general interceptor is executed the next. Okay, so as per the order that we have mentioned in the interceptor registry, that is executed, guys. And now, so if you want to do like any, like let's say that, so you have like some endpoints. If you want to be exclude like some endpoints from this this interceptor, so we can do it. Okay, so here we have like exclude path patterns. Okay, so by using this exclude path patterns, you can exclude like specific URL pattern here. Okay, the same thing. So if you want to do like, if you want to add like any specific URL pattern, okay, so let's say, so in the order interceptors, it had to be execute like only for order specific URLs. Then you can add path patterns here, and you can add orders. Okay, and let's add star star here, and here, so add path patterns. So this general interceptor, if you want to be execute for only for products, then you can add products endpoints. Okay, so let's remove this order. Order is not required now, so I just demonstrated the order here, and let's remove this, and let's restart this application. Application is started, guys. Now let's hit the order endpoint here. Okay, it's executed. Come back to this console and check it out. So if you observe this, so this time the order interceptor only got executed. Okay, so earlier like it was executed like two interceptors, right? So the product and the order, but now only the order interceptor is executed. And come to products. Okay, let's hit the post endpoint, and let's clear again, and let's hit the endpoint again. Okay, so if you observe here, so this time only the general interceptor executed, because we have added the add path pattern here for the products here. So that is when it is executed only general interceptor. Okay, not the order interceptor. Okay, so same thing. So in the orders we have, in the order controller, we have two endpoints, right? So order and the orders total here. Okay, so if you want to exclude this order total endpoint from the order interceptor, okay, what you need to do is interceptor configuration. So here we have, let's maximize this guys, exclude path pattern. Okay, let's add this. So it's going to be exclude this path pattern. Okay, so let's restart this application. Let me demonstrate that, guys. Okay, the application has been started. So now let's open. Okay, so this is the order endpoint. So let's take get mapping here, and let's clear the console and come back to this endpoint, and let's execute this. Okay, so it's executed successfully, and if you observe here, the order interceptor is executed successfully. Okay, and we have order interceptor, and we have one more endpoint, that is total endpoint, right? So let's execute the total endpoint as well. Okay, so if you observe here, so order interceptor not executed because we already excluded that path pattern. Okay, so let's confirm again. So let's execute this and come back to console. See this, we don't have any output here. Okay, hit 2 or 3 times, come back to console, see this. Okay, so this is how you can add like specific URL pattern, and if you want to like exclude or like add the path patterns, you can add it like this. Okay, so that's it, guys. So if you like this video, please go ahead and like this video. If you haven't subscribed my YouTube channel, please go ahead and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thanks, bye, have a good day.